You've always been kind of that guy even when you were a freshman. So has there been any real adjustment for you coming into this year?
Not really, just trying to lead by example, like I said last year. It's the same format, just going out there working hard, busting my tail every day.
And since you pretty much overheard that, is it? I know you want to get that first takeaway, but is it kind of a compliment? Can you take it as a compliment that you don't have one because quarterbacks aren't throwing at your side?
Yeah, you can't take it as a compliment, but like it's still kind of frustrating.
Oh, sure.
Feel me? Because they still got on social media, they still coming out, they top DBs, and when you ain't got the stats, I mean, you can't be. Some people forget to add you in that, but I go over film, I watch film, and I know I'm one of the best. So I just got to stay confident in my ability, and hopefully the turnovers start coming.
Nickel all freshman year, corner all second year. I mean, do they got you moving around this year? Or is it going to be straight corner?
Right now in straight corner, I been doing a little nickel, but not too much. We got a lot of young guys, so T-Rod try to get them used to playing a lot of positions because the older guys like me and Izzy and RJ, we pretty much know the defense at all three positions. So he try to get the young guys incorporated and all that.
Was there any kind of adjustment period for you last year when they stuck you in there?
At corner, not really. I mean, it was really my first year playing corner, so a couple things, but not too much.
And just looking at those potential takeaways, is there one that you remember that you really want to get back?
Of course, North Carolina. I'm sure everybody, all the fans, probably still hard on me about that one, but it was a crazy play. I wish I can get it back, but it's all good. On to the next year.
How often do you watch film of that one play?
I really don't watch it. I watch the North Carolina game a little bit, but when they get to that play, I kind of skip over it because they eat at me every time.
You talked about some of those young guys getting in there, getting those reps at different positions. I know it's still early, but who are some of the young guys that kind of stepped up and maybe looking to take that next step?
Right now, it's only OD and Dominic in the DB room, but on offense, Marshawn looking good, fast, super fast. He remind me a lot, like when we played Swift, I always tell him, like, they remind me a lot of each other, how they run the football. On defense, OD and Dominic, they working, getting better. OD really instinctive, and he's working at safety, and Dominic getting better every day.
You feel like y'all will have more depth at corner next year?
Yeah, we'll definitely have more depth. With Cam playing real good right now in the spring. He probably been the most, shocking player to me on the defensive side. He's just so fast and instinctive, so I think we'll definitely have good depth with John also. They had a whole year to work and learn, and that's how it's supposed to be. They got me and Izzy in front of them, so they're just working and learning.
Where do you see the greatest improvement in the group? Is it more on the coverage side, or have you guys picked it up a little better in tackling? You had issues back there sometimes in tackling.
Both. We just working. Spring just started, so you can't really say until we get in the live scrimmage, but we just got in past last Friday or something like that, so we just working every day.
Does that continuity make you think, bringing you and Izzy back and, of course, some other guys on that defense, do you think that continuity gives you a chance to be a better defense than you were last year, or do you feel like it's going to take some time to get to that point?
No, I definitely think as a secondary, we're going to be real strong. We didn't play that bad last year, gave up a couple big plays here and there, but as a secondary, I feel like we're going to be real strong. We had 3 whole years together, so there's good chemistry between the group, and we're just ready to get out there and play.
As a junior, do you kind of look at this as your money year? This is the year you want to have a great year for your team, but also think about building your future plans?
I mean, of course it's going to be in the back of my head, just like anybody else's plan, but the main focus is the team. And just talking to guys like DJ, Kinlaw, Rico, Brian, they always told me don't try to focus too much on going to the league because it'll mess you up where you at. So coach always talk about being where your feet are. So that's what I try to do. I try not to think too much about, the league or anything like that. I'm just trying to play my best ball here, and all the other stuff will fall in place.
Did you watch the combine very much, though, and maybe just think about, hey, I can do this, I can run with those guys?
Yeah, me and Izzy checked it out, and we were just talking a little bit like we got the opportunity to be there next year. It's probably going to be a little crazy. And it seems like it's creeping up on us real fast. And it's hard to stay focused sometimes when you're so close you can taste it. But, we trying our best to stay focused and just get better day in and day out.
You guys lost a lot off the defensive line with Kinlaw and DJ and those guys. How does that group look right now, and how do you evaluate them going into next year?
Well, I think that's the reason you recruit guys like Zach Pickens. We got Kiera Thomas, who people forget. He played a lot of good ball for us when he was a sophomore. So when I'm watching old tapes, I always see him flashing. So I'm comfortable with the D-line, Jabari stepping up, Zach, like I mentioned. So everybody just got to do their job, and everything will fall in place.
How does Zach look? What's been your impression of him?
He just a different person off the field also. As a freshman, he was always playing around, you know what I'm saying? He always been the most athletic, but I feel like he's just more locked in this spring, and he's starting to mature a little bit, and he's starting to make plays and show me real good flashes. So I'm just excited for him.
Can he be a Kinlaw type of guy?
Zach is on. They got different bodies. I feel like Zach is his own person. But T-Rob always talk about he can be as good as he want to be, one of the best to come through here. We all knew that since he was in high school. He real athletic, real strong. So he just keep putting the work in. I think he'll be pretty good.
How much are you guys motivated by a 4-win season last year and the criticism that comes along with that, and trying to get this program back to a high level, back to the postseason?
I feel like we just all focus on each other. We try not to focus too much on the criticism, because most of those guys, they really don't know football. They worry about wins and losses, but at the end of the day, that's what really matters. So we just try to focus on each other and get better each and every day. That's all we can do.
Receivers you've been going up against so far in camp, what do you see from those guys who just kind of jumped out at you?
We're going against Shy, Zay, Josh, all those guys, get mixed in with them. Ace is developing really good. He's a real fast dude. B-Mac has got his technique way better, so I feel like he's just going to keep elevating. Shy, a lot of speed. He's getting better also, though. They got him working more on the outside, too. So he's, developing his toolbox, working on the outside. So it's just good competition around the board. He remind me a lot of Devo, just like with his body type. But first couple of days, it was his first time a receiver, so what I'm saying, we was getting the best of him and picking at him a little bit. But these last couple of days, he just stepped it up with his route running. He's like he's starting to get the gist of it. So I feel like he's going to be a major help in the passing game.
Athletically, is he a dangerous guy for a defense?
Yeah, he got all the skills. Like I said, he remind me of Devo. You can give him a reverse. I mean, you guys seen him in open field. He real elusive. He got good hands naturally. And he's starting to tune up his route running, so I think he's going to be a great player for us this fall.
How's Cam been coming along since he's been in another camp, Cam Smith, going through last season?
Yeah, he just found he had to learn how to practice. When he first came in, he was kind of slow getting used to practice, and now I say he's like the biggest takeaway from me from the beginning of spring. The way he practicing out here, real fast, real quick, and it just starting to click for him, and the game's slowing down. So he's looking real good out there. He really locked himself down right now.
You see the fastest guy in the secondary? He seems to think he is.
No, I tried to set that in, set the record when he first came in. I raced him twice and let him know you ain't the fastest. You feel me? But he really fast. But I don't know if I want to race him now. He probably got a little faster since he's been in the weight room. So I'm gonna just take my win, and I'm not gonna probably race him again. Yeah.
So Shy's still the fastest guy on the team?
Yeah, I still give it to Shy. Shy real fast. Over the winter, we was doing short sprints, so we ain't really get to open it up a lot. But I still give it to Shy. He's probably the fastest on the team.
Who's right there with him?
I would say Josh, Cam, me, Marshawn.
Yeah.
He's fast. Forgot about him.
What have you seen from Marshawn? Has he made any crazy moves? Somebody said something about him making a spin move yesterday. I don't know if you got to see that. But
yeah, that was he made a spin move, and he almost got to the edge. I was the edge of the defense. He almost got to the edge, but I was picking at him a little bit. But it's every day you see crazy moves from him. Yeah. And I tell him, like, going back when we played Georgia this year, the way Swift move and how fast he get up on you, I told Marshawn he remind me a lot of that. He just super fast with the ball. He hit the whole full speed. And I think he's going to have, an easy adjustment plan in the SEC. I really think he's going to be a good back.
Yeah, Cam was saying the same thing about Monaco Swift.
Yeah.
Jaycee got to get going.
Thanks, Jaycee.
I was going to ask you, my brother asked, well, what's the progress you've seen from Cam thus far this offseason?
I was just talking about him. He's probably been the biggest takeaway for me since the beginning of the spring. He's playing real fast, real instinctive, and I just feel like the game's slowing down. Like last year in practice, he's getting a hold of the coverages and stuff like that. But now that he had a whole year to work and has a lot of tools under his belt, he's playing real good, and he's probably like the biggest thing to take away from me from the beginning of the spring.